Hi, everybody. This is Arkady Frekhtman. I'm a New York City personal injury trial attorney. And today I wanted to talk about a very interesting case and a way to frame your cases or to prepare your cases for victory. So, this was a case, I believe, out in California, and it was against a big box warehouse store, Costco. And what happened was the Costco warehouse, the way it was built, it had these large openings, right? Kind of like a garage door, but without the door, just a large opening. And in that opening, they had the food court where they would sell like the pizza and the hot dogs, and they had the chairs and the tables where people would sit and eat. So one day there was a car and it was just being driven by somebody who was incapacitated and he lost consciousness and he crashed in there and he hurt a lot of people. He actually killed someone. So Costco and the defense lawyers and their insurance company were looking at the case as a one-off, saying, well, you can't sue us. It's not our fault. It's just this crazy person who, shouldn't have been driving or got incapacitated. It's their fault. They crashed into this opening. But the lawyer for the plaintiff, he was smart. What he did was he researched other Costco locations and he learned that these other locations had these bollards, like these protective concrete barriers, so that cars could not go into this opening. Either that or make the opening smaller so that a car can't go through it, or put like some kind of garage door or whatever, some kind of protective device. But a lot of the other locations with the similar design in the warehouse just put bollards, like these concrete blocks that you see in courthouses and other places, to protect so that cars can't go up there and hit them. So these protective barriers. So that was his frame, right? His frame was like, look, if you did it at, I think it was like 17 other stores, why can't you do it here? And Costco, they were saying, well, no, this is just a one-off. This is like they always want to like micro frame everything and blame the particular incident. Like this is just the fault of this driver who crashed. I mean, of course, it's the fault of the driver, but it's also their fault in realizing this could be a danger because they actually did fix it in 17 other stores, but not doing it here. So then the plaintiff's lawyer takes the deposition of the warehouse manager. And instead of, like blaming the manager or somehow doing a deposition where he makes the manager evil, what he does is actually brilliant. He uses the manager to push his frame and his idea, right? His story about how the case happened and blame the big target, which is Costco, the defendant, the big box store. So what he does is he asks, did you know that they have these bollards at other stores and these things are designed to prevent exactly what happened to this customer? And then the person's like, no, I didn't know that, right? They're just the warehouse manager. And then he says, look, but you care about your customers, right? And of course he's going to say, yes, we do. You love your customers, and safety is the number one concern for customers that use your store. He goes, of course, yes. And he said, and this, what happened was horrible. If you could have prevented this, you would have, right? And of course, the guy's going to say yes. And then he said, if your employer of Costco told you that they had these bollards, you would have used them. And he goes, of course. And if you knew about these bollards, these protective devices, you would have used them. But your employer did not tell you, so you didn't know. You see, and so he frames it like using their own witness in order to blame them. And I think he ended up getting like a big verdict. I forget what it was, but it was like 30 million or some really big amount. So I thought that was a really interesting way of framing and of using one of the defense witnesses against the other defendant. Because when you really look at a case, you have to analyze the fact that sometimes the parties have different interests. Sometimes the main defendant, right, the main company has one interest, but the employee might have a little bit of a different interest. Just like sometimes the insurance company and the adjuster has one interest, right? They want to just settle the claim or get rid of the claim, get the claim dismissed, pay as little as possible, save their money. Whereas the defense lawyer that they hire might have slightly different interests, right? They don't want to just get rid of the case because then they're not going to get paid. They want to spend some time, bill by the hour, right? Make some money on the case. and of course get the next case from the insurance company. So there are all these conflicting interests. And just like here, right, the big box store might be thinking about, we don't know why someone else, some corporate head somewhere else might have decided, okay, for whatever reason, this particular store is not going to get these bollards, but 17 other stores did. But the one employee who just, his job is just managing this one store, he's not privy to that, right? He doesn't know what they're doing in the corporate headquarters in another state. He's just managing this one store. So you have to be aware of that and use all of this, use all these levers and push the right levers, and then you can really prepare a case successfully. So I'll do more videos about this. It was actually a continuing legal education that I did, and this one attorney was talking about how to frame a case, and that was one of the examples that he used, and I thought that was really interesting. And actually, I had it come up in one of my cases as well, something similar, where we were deposing also a supermarket manager. And the manager said, look, I don't know why this display was a display that leaked and someone fell. And she said, I don't know why this display is here. I didn't make that decision, right? So it's kind of like the same dynamic. It's not me, it's the company. And that's what you want. You want to blame the company, because that's where people are going to get, jurors are going to get mad, and they're going to give you a plaintiff's verdict, because it really is the corporate headquarters, not the individual. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Let us know what questions you have. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we are here for you. Our goal is helping serious injury victims and families. All the best, everyone. Bye-bye.